So the USC Trojans outlast the Colorado Buffaloes in an absolute thriller, and there's a lot we need to unpack from this game, so we need to go ahead and jump right into it. As you're coming in here, be sure to drop down into the comments. Let me know first and foremost what you thought about this game, and then secondly, let me know were you impressed by the Colorado Buffaloes. Can't wait to hear from you. If you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe. Hit that bell notification as I do constant college football content and you don't want to miss any of it. But having said all that, let's go ahead and jump right into this. And as you could probably tell by the thumbnail, by the title, we have first got to start with a star that was born today in Boulder, Colorado. Now, there were several impressive players, and we're going to shine light upon several of them. But we need to start with true freshman Amarian Miller, wide receiver for the Colorado Buffaloes, who's from Louisiana. Now, this was a very touted prospect coming out of high school, and Coach Prime and the Colorado Buffaloes were elated that they were able to add him into that recruiting class, and this is exactly why. Amarian Miller stands 6'2", and he has not only got the size, the physicality, he has got the speed to give a defense fits. And if you're a Colorado Buffalo fan, you're now looking at this wide receiver room, a wide receiver room you were already excited about, and you're looking at four names that you feel like can give defenses problems. Amarian Miller had a coming out party today. You knew about Xavier Weaver. You knew about Jimmy Horn Jr., and when Travis Hunter is healthy, he is a dangerous weapon all over the football field. This offense is going to be and remains a lot of fun to watch. Dylan Edwards continues to do his thing, and Shedeur Sanders, if there are still detractors, please by all means point them my way, because he continues to show out week after week, and this was another example of that. He is putting the Colorado Buffaloes in prime position to be able to try and take advantage of some situations. Now, the one thing that I found absolutely perplexing in this Colorado-USC game was the finale of the game. Colorado was in a position to continue driving down the field to try and get points, and it was almost looking like they were trying to be the team to milk the clock, even though they didn't have timeouts. They were behind. They needed to score, and the passing attack was working behind so many of these talented wide receivers. Make no mistake, I'm as big of a Sean Lewis fan as there is. What he did at Kent State and what he has done through the early portions of this year with this Colorado offense, I do find to be notable, but that was perplexing at best. That's something I'm sure he wishes to have back, and I'm interested to see how Colorado moves forward from that, because that will provide a learning opportunity for all parties involved. We talked about some of the players for Colorado on the offensive side who were impressive, but true freshman Cormani McClain, a name so many people across college football have been wondering, where is he? He as well had a bit of a coming out party today. We knew he was a physical, rangy cornerback, and he showed that today, stopping a touchdown and really showing college football that he's a name you need to be on the lookout for. We talked about it before this season started, that Travis Hunter and Cormani McClain would be an incredibly fun duo to watch if they get on the field at the same time. I'm wishing Travis Hunter all the speed in his recovery, because when he gets back on this football field, it is going to be absolute magic, especially if they can work out a way to have both he and Cormani McClain on the field at the same time, because I think McClain is a very talented defensive back. I think he's got a very high ceiling. This provided him an opportunity. We heard Coach Prime talk previously about Cormani McClain needing to be able to take advantages of the opportunities given. I think he took advantage of the opportunity given, and I'm very intrigued to see how that looks going forward. For USC, Caleb Williams continues to be a star. He is undoubtedly one of the best players in the game of college football. Not only quarterbacks, one of the best players in college football. Week in, week out, he puts on an absolute clinic, and he did so once again today. However, I ask a familiar question about this USC Trojans team. When is the defense going to be that USC defense that we look at and think this is a defense that you can win a national championship with? Make no mistake, I think this USC offense is dangerous. I think it's potent, I think it's fast, and I think it's led by one of the best football players in our game. However, we've talked about this time and time again. You cannot be one-dimensional and win a college football national championship, or at least thus far, since 2000, you cannot be one-dimensional. The lowest ranked scoring defense we've seen win a national championship since the year 2000 was the 2010 Auburn Tigers, who came in as the 53rd scoring defense in the nation. Outside of that, there are only two other examples of defenses coming outside the top 20 defenses be able to climb that mountain and win a national championship. I have no doubt that the offensive firepower is there. I have no doubt that Caleb Williams is a quarterback that you can have an anomaly year with. But how big of an anomaly is the ultimate question, and this USC defense still has a long way to go if they're going to be able to show up and hold up their end of the bargain, because Caleb Williams, week in, week out, is putting his team in positions to win. He continues to ball out, and this defense continues to be the major question with the USC Trojans. It was my major question for them last year. It was my major question for them in the offseason, and we've heard some chatter about how they're an improved defense, but this was the best offense they faced. I thought last week they didn't necessarily handle the test of Arizona State very well, and this week we saw them take on a Colorado team without one of their best players in Travis Hunter. And this Colorado offense was able to get some good things going, and they stayed in this game because they were able to attack the weak spot of this USC team, and that's USC's defense. What did we learn coming out of this game? Well, first and foremost, I think the Colorado Buffaloes absolutely answered the call. This was a game we talked about not only on Through the Haze on this channel this week, but also on the Bleacher Report College Football Pick'em show with myself, Jay from Unfair Sports, Steven with Fanatic Perspective, and Nino of Nino's Sport Corner, by the way, who's related to Amarian Miller and very happy in all of our group chats right now. We talked about this game. We knew this would be a very tough game for Colorado to win, but they showed they were down for the challenge, and I think they were very impressive today. The USC defense, once again, is the weak spot for this team, and I think if you're an opponent of USC, you know something coming out of this game that you knew going into this game. If there was one area you felt like you could get the advantage on USC, it's attacking that defense, because stopping that offense is continually proving to be a task nobody has really figured out to this point, and I think nobody's really trying to bank on stopping that offense. This is a game that I think we look at Colorado and we wonder, what would Travis Hunter have done? And I'm not certainly claiming that Travis Hunter would have won Colorado this game, but it would have given them yet another weapon to use on the offensive side. It would have given them a weapon on the defensive side, and it would have made for an intriguing matchup. Ultimately, Colorado loses this game in a close one, but once again, I think there's a lot you can take away from and move forward feeling really good. The Colorado Buffaloes continue to show they are a much improved football team. Even if you were a detractor of the Colorado Buffaloes, I think even you would admit you didn't think they would play USC this close in this game, and I, for one, cannot wait to see what Coach Prime continues to do, because he is making waves, and I'm here for it. Hop down to the comments, let me know what you thought. That's it. See ya.